Is manifesting not working for you? Are you so worried about how you have to impress your subconscious, how often you should affirm, how long you should affirm? Then this video is definitely going to be for you, because I have scientific facts that I can share with you that will tell you what you need to do to press the subconscious, as they like to tell you. But it's actually what you focus on grows. If you're focusing on success, if you're focusing on you have an amazing relationship with the love of your life, then you're going to have that grow into your life because you're focusing on it. If you're thinking you need to change something, the focus is on change. What do you need to change? You're going to go down that rabbit's hole of, well, I have to do this differently. I have to do that differently. I have to clear my backstory. And I've told you guys over and over again since I started my channel, you do not need to clear your backstory. You don't have to work on you to get your specific person. You have to change your relationship concept and the way you talk about the relationship and your habit of complaining about the relationship to empowering the relationship. Elvis Presley's song Words is one of my favorite songs that he sings, because in there he says words are all he has. My words are all I have to drastically change your life for the better. My words are all I have for somebody who wants to be in a relationship with me. A relationship is two people coming together talking about what they want and expect from the other person. Why this relationship is fun. Why are they enjoying being in this relationship? And when you are focused on the why it's going so well, because it is going better than you think, you do these actual things that I'm going to talk about here naturally. When everything's going great on your relationship, you're talking good. Oh, I got the best boyfriend ever. I got the best wife ever. Life is so amazing. This person brings so much joy to my life. I am so excited to go home. I can't wait to see them. We're going to go here and we're going to do this. And when you do that, you're encompassing good feelings with it, and it makes you feel good. But when you focus on the negative that doesn't make you feel good, you get stuck in a loop. And then you get those emotions which are negative, and they supercharge, because a negative emotion is more powerful than a positive emotion. So I'm not talking about let's be negative, let's be positive. I'm talking about negative, nothing's working right, to why am I seeing that this relationship is better than I imagine? So I'm asking a question to direct you to your end goal. And then I told you all you needed to affirm robotically. And then I said, affirm when you want. And then I came back and said, nope, 86,400 seconds a day, you need to affirm. If you are not affirming about the things that you want 86,400 seconds a day, your life is not going to change for the better because of this one scientific fact. Though, first, this is Susie, your beautiful Swan Queen. Welcome to my beautiful garden, my beautiful duckling. Thank you for watching my videos, subscribing, smashing the like button. If you're one of my hidden watchers who doesn't subscribe or like or comment, I love you all. Every single one of you. I love you all. Who am I? I am the best life coach with a 99.6% success rate in helping people get together with the love of their life. When you're ready to coach with me one-on-one, join my paid Facebook group. The links are in the description below. If you want to do what I call true self-love and clear your negative stories, I have a No More Negative Stories. I have a Money Negative Story program. Go check them out and do them. It will drastically change the way you see your past, which will give you peace of mind. And in my opinion, when you have peace of mind, that's true self-love. So let's get into this. You are affirming. And people talk about, well, how often do I have to affirm? First thing, we have, say it 1,000 times a day. Do it for so many minutes a day. There's 86,400 seconds in a day. And all day long, you are saying something. If you work in a call center and somebody says, how are you doing? What is your answer? I'm great. Life is amazing. If you work in retail and somebody said, how are you today? And you're like, oh, it's been a day. Life's not going to be so well. Steve Harvey had this guy who called him every day for 30 days. And he finally asked him after 30 days, why do you keep calling me at 5 o'clock in the morning telling me, good morning, today is going to be a great day? I'm not working right now. I don't have to be up this early. And the guy said, you want to change your life? You got to change this. So the next morning, Steve gets up and he answers that phone and responds back. I do this with my manifesting buddy. Every day, we message each other. Good morning. Today's going to be an amazing day. Good morning. Today's going to be an amazing day. And we don't just text it. We speak to text so that we're saying it out loud and then we're sending it to the other person. And sometimes she does it first and sometimes I get it first. And manifestations that we have been working on, some of them are like popping in like the same day we're discussing it. Because we're not talking about the problem. We're saying, this is the problem. I need this to be the solution. How do I go from here to there? Oh, that's right. Thank you. This problem is done. It's over with. I remember when I thought it was a problem, but now I see the situation is turned around for the better. Like, I'm mind blown how fast these things can work. But when you take into consideration impressing your subconscious, that's where your memories are stored. So in order to get into your brain, you have to repeatedly say what you want over and over again. Because this is a fact. Your short-term memory and your long-term memory, how long do you think they are? You have 86,400 seconds in a day. And your short-term memory is 7 seconds. That means if you say something and it's less than 7 seconds, you're not even really going to remember it. Now, here's what's even more mind-blowing. Your long-term memory is 12 seconds. 12 seconds. So if you say something for 12 seconds, it goes into your long-term memory. And then Abraham Hicks says if you hold a thought for 17 seconds, how many people have actually timed how long they say their affirmations for in a consecutive row? How long do you say them? Because to say you're happily married, it's like 1 second. 2 seconds if you add their full name. Literally, 2 seconds to say you're happily married to a specific person. And when you think about that, so now 12 seconds is long-term memory. You have to repeat the 12 seconds over and over and over again. Otherwise, it doesn't actually get into your brain. It doesn't stay. So you have 1,151,000,000 plus seconds that you have been alive if you are 36 years old. So 12 seconds is long-term memory. So this is why somebody makes you feel good. You know, that co-regulating thing where you line up your nervous system and their nervous system and it makes you feel absolutely amazing? Because they did it for a period of time. So you just spent 2 hours with this person. It made you feel super, super good about this person. That 2 hours actually got into your brain. And when you think of this person, you feel good. So let's go to a toxic boss for a second. So you get a toxic boss and they chew you out for 35 minutes. Every time you look at that person, every time you hear that person's name, you're going to have the ick. Because that 35 minutes got into your brain because they berated you for 35 minutes over something. So that 35 minutes now becomes a part of your physique, your DNA. And when you hear that person's name, you go, oh, yuck, nasty, awful. Like that person is just like, ugh. So when you spent 2 hours with this person that you love, oh my gosh, you felt so good. You felt a connection. You had a great conversation. They made you feel amazing. So now you want that 2 hours back because those 2 hours co-regulated, got into your brain, and you need more of it. But then they ignore you. They're hot and cold. So now you still have this really good feeling in your brain about this person, and you're talking about hot and cold. So now they pay attention, they don't pay attention. They pay attention, they don't pay attention. Because your focus is on what they're not doing, and that makes you feel icky, but you still feel really, really good about them because when you're with them, it's beyond amazing. So in order to impress this into your brain, you have to repeat those 12 seconds over and over again. And over and over and over again. So even if you said your phrases 1,000 times a day, and it's not said over 12 seconds, it's not getting into your brain. So when I manifested somebody, I literally would go for a bike ride, a run. I would go to the bleachers and I'd go up and down the bleachers doing, because I'm only 5 foot tall, and bleacher seats, lunges, so to speak, running up and down the bleacher seats. 30 minutes on a bike ride, 30 minutes on a run, 30 minutes on the bleachers. And I was saying the whole 30 minutes, so an hour and a half a day is what it took me to create that. The difference is, after I said it, I didn't speak negative about the situation. I didn't say this person was hot or cold. I didn't say this person was ignoring me. I just said those phrases 30 minutes, 3 times a day. So because I repeated it over and over again for 30 minutes, it showed up in my reality in less than 30 days. And then I moved in with that person in 90 days. When you focus on your end and you repeat it over and over again, making sure that you go over that 12 seconds, that's when it impresses. That's when it gets into your DNA. So if you're impressing your relationship, if you're impressing money, your job, your car, your house, it doesn't matter. You are a conscious creator. You have to constantly say your end. So if you think about this, and I said it before, God is a narcissist. Your brain, in order to absorb what you want, has to constantly be told over and over and over again. Just like a narcissist. I did this for you. I did this for you. I did this for you. Okay, I've told you thank you 10 times for this. How many thank yous do you need? Well, you just don't appreciate anything I do. And you're like, I thanked you for it. And then we get mad because they keep bringing it up. They'll bring it up 6 months from now. I did the dishes on July 1st, 1993, and you never thanked me for it. Yes, we did. And how many times since then? They don't let a subject go. Not all narcissists manifest for the good, though. But think about how much they repeat stuff over and over and over again. You're upset. You need to let something out. You need to vent. But are the person you're venting to, are they helping you to see that this is only a temporary situation and things are changing for the better? Because if they're not, they're just helping you recreate more chaos. So think about it. You walk into your job and you're like, I hate my job. This place is awful. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't want to be here. Life just like, oh my gosh. And I get you may not want to turn your job around. I get you may not want to turn around certain people in your life. But if you're not impressing for a certain length of time, let's talk about 12 seconds. How long does 12 seconds last? My clock said almost 16 minutes, so we're going to count 12 seconds, and I'm not going to say a word. Starting now. That was 12 seconds. Back this video up and say your phrase and see if it has a gap in that 12 seconds. Because you really have to convince yourself. You have to micromanage your words to focus on your end goal, to change you, to be able to get your manifestation. So the scientific proof of why you have to affirm is so it goes into your brain, and it isn't just a short-term, long-term memory. It's actually a part of your DNA. That's why once you get something, that switch, that click, you automatically do this without even realizing it. You brag about the love of your life. You brag about your car, your job, the vacation you went on. You brag about it. And the more you brag about the things you want in your life, the faster they're going to show up, because your focus and your repeated 12 plus seconds out of 86,400 seconds a day is what drastically changes your life for the better. I want you all to try it and tell me how long your phrase is about your specific person. How many seconds did it take you to say it? Literally, I said it about a client's specific person, and it took me 2 seconds. 2 seconds to say it once. So you would have to say it 6 times to hit 12. But that's not enough. So if you say it 1,000 times in a row, that's better. But not everybody has the time to say it 1,000 times in a row. So throughout the day, you have to repeat the cycle of going over the 12 seconds. That's why robotic affirming works so well, because you are constantly saying this over and over again for a period of time. That's why 2-minute subliminals work. They're over the 12 seconds. That's why a 1-minute sub with the same phrase repeated for 1 minute works. You're over the 12 seconds. And then if you listen to that 1 or 2 minute sub for an hour, you're at 60 minutes. And that's now 100, what is that? 60 times 12. That's 12. That's 60 times 60. It's 360. I don't know. We can go find a calculator, I guess. Somebody do the math for me. My brain's not functioning on math. So if I do 30... Now I've totally lost track. Somebody do the math for me. Put it down there. If you listen to something for 1 hour, that's 60 minutes times 60 seconds. So that's 0, and then 6 is 0, and 6 is 100, and that's 12. So it's 1,200 seconds. 1,200 seconds out of 86,000 seconds a day. It's still not enough to affirm. So when I told you guys you should be affirming your end all day long, and then I said affirm the way you want, and then I came back and said that I'm going to tell you guys this, you need to affirm 86,400 seconds a day. Otherwise, it doesn't get in your brain. And if it doesn't get into your brain, your life is not going to drastically change for the better. You're going to stay in that stuck position of hot and cold and thinking you need to change something. Try this out. Do it on something simple so you build faith. What if we say we're going to see a pink car? And I want you to say that you're going to see a pink car for at least an hour a day. Tell me how fast you see the pink car. Come back and leave me a comment and tell me how fast you're going to see that pink car show up in your reality. I love you guys, and I am always, always trying to figure out ways to make your life drastically better. I have been through the gates of hell and walked through the depths of it my life, and I don't ever want you to feel like I did, that I was not doing something wrong. Only I really wasn't. It was the people in my life, and they'd say a stupid phrase over and over again that stuck in my head. So my childhood was no different than the movie Little Annie. She was an orphan, and the people in the orphanage were not nice people. That was my step-parents. And they kept calling me Little Orphan Annie, Little Orphan Annie, Little Orphan Annie. Boom. I knew I didn't do anything wrong. Their words, repeated over and over, gave me the peace of mind that I wasn't the problem. Adults project their insecurities on children. And then we take those insecurities and bring them into our adult life. And then it goes against our specific person, the love of our life. And then we think we're broken, we're not enough, we're not worthy. And we walk around saying, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy. But what are you actually worthy of? It's not impressed in your brain, so you don't feel it. So that switch has got to flip so you feel loved. You feel this relationship is good. You feel this relationship is fun. You feel that you are enjoying it. Not just being with them makes you feel good in the moment. Because when you're not standing face to face with them and you're waiting for the text or the phone call or the invite for the date, it makes you feel bad. And that's why people tell you, text me, 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 text me. Like, that's 12 seconds. Do you see how hard it is to say the same phrase for 12 seconds? I got you. I'm your second footprints in the sand. And I'm always going to remind you that you got to speak about your end. And that this is why. Your long-term memory, to get it into your brain, needs to hear it over and over and over again. I love you guys. Have an absolutely positively amazing day. And as always, leave me a comment and let me know how I am drastically changing your life for the better.